If you picked Matrices Advanced, I am incredibly proud of you because this is a advanced lesson. So we're actually going to do a little bit of teaching and then a little strategy. So right here, the first question says, given matrices, x equals y equals, which of the following matrices is xy? Which in math we know that means x times y. All right, quick intro. Matrices are just an arrangement of rows and columns. Okay, rows and columns. Rows go across, columns go up and down. When we talk about this, because this could represent data, it could represent so many different things. Okay, in this case, we are looking at multiplying. Now, in order to multiply matrices, we have to look at how many rows and how many columns do we have. So for my first matrice, I have one row by two columns. Okay, there is one row, there are two columns. For my second matrice that I'm multiplying by it, I have two rows, but one column. Okay. In order to multiply matrices, these inside numbers have to be the same. They are. That means this is possible. The outside numbers are what my answer is going to turn into. So when I am all said and done multiplying these together, my final answer is going to be a 1 by 1 matrix, aka it's going to be one number. Okay. So now let's go ahead and figure out how do we do this. Now that I know it's possible, I am taking the matrix -1, 0, and I'm going to multiply it by -2, -1. And I know when I am all said and done, that is going to equal a matrix that is 1 by 1, aka one number. Now how I get that number is I multiply the first number in my first row by the first number in my first row in my column. I'm going to take -1 times -2. I am then adding that to my second number in the first column by the second number in my first row. I know 0 times -1 is 0, and I'm sorry my spacing is so terrible. Poor planning on my part. Okay, that looks terrible. -1 times -2 plus 0 times -1. And when I do that math, I know that is 2 plus 0, that is 2. So my final answer here is a 1 by 1 matrix whose answer is 2, which is my correct answer, letter D. Okay. Now, the next one, it's actually a little bit easier than the last one we just did. This was new learning. The second one is not. The second one is really more about reading than anything. So, decoding messages here. It says we are looking for a positive real value of k. Positive is important. I'm looking for k. There's that word value again. I'm looking for a positive number. Okay, specifically k. If any, that is the determinant of the matrix equal to k. So a lot of important stuff here. Now, here's the key. We have no idea what determinant means. That is a word that you have never seen before. We don't have matrices. But if you keep reading, folks, they tell you what a determinant is. They give you an example. If you have a matrix A, B, C, D, the determinant is equivalent to AD minus BC. Okay, so let's put that into action. I'm trying to find the determinant of this matrix. So I'm taking AD. That means I'm taking the numbers A and D, the numbers that are in those two spots, which for this example is K and K. I am then subtracting BC, that's the number in the top right and bottom left. Well, for our matrix, that is the numbers 4 and 3, so minus 4 times 3. And if I go back to my question, I know that needs to equal K. It looks scary, but folks, when you use their hints, it's actually not that bad. Now again, keep in mind, this is an advanced concept. This is meant for juniors, or I should say students who have had Algebra 2. Because in order to solve this, I know k times k is k squared, 4 times 3 is 12, and I now have a quadratic. Well, easiest way to solve a quadratic is factor. If we are factoring, that means we need to equal our equation to 0, and I'm now looking for two numbers that multiply to -12, and those same two numbers add up to -1. Well, math tells me that -4 and +3 will do just that. That means my factors are k minus 4 and k plus 3. And when I solve those factors, I get k can equal positive 4. Oops, I jumped the gun. Sorry. Well, let's skip to it. Or I can get k equals negative 3. Answer the question. That was one of your decoding tips or common errors. I don't remember which. It's looking for the positive value of k. So that means my answer is 4. So B is my correct answer. And there you have it. Fabulous work if you were able to persevere through that one.